Atheism is a luxury belief. Now, I'm not trying to evangelize here or say everyone has to believe in the way I believe or even believe in something. But humans are first and foremost religious creatures. Now, this might be triggering to a lot of people, but we want to know where we came from, why we're here, and where we're going. And even the atheist has a cosmology of some sort in that regard. You know, where we came from, nowhere. Why we're here, no reason. Where we're going, again, back to nowhere. That is a cosmology in a certain sense. It's a shitty one, it's a very hopeless one, and that's what I'm trying to get at here. That works for people that this life is enough for them, or this life is going well for them. But if you look back through history, have the strongest people, the people that have transcended their situations, is that what they've believed? I don't think so. I think in many ways it's actually the complete opposite of that. In that, again, it doesn't have to be an organized religion, because I get where people are coming from, that certainly has its problems. But a certain type of connection to the spiritual, to the immaterial, to the eternal, that has given people strength and allowed them to transcend their circumstances. Now, I certainly don't think that everyone has to believe in an organized religion, but I think you should cultivate that spiritual aspect of yourself. And I think that people that are evangelists for religious people are stupid, or they're they're misguided. They're just a bunch of frauds that want to control you. That definitely exists. But the atheists, especially that new atheist shit that popped off back in the 2000s, they were also in many ways trying to impose a cosmology onto your sort of mental galaxy, if that makes any sense. I might be talking nonsense here. But I really do think that, especially for the weak, the powerless, the hopeless, there's no salvation for you in the belief of nothing. And I think if you really want to be able to transcend, that you actually kind of need a belief in something spiritual, something more than yourself, in some type of grand cosmology, connective purpose to everything. And I don't know what that is, to be honest. I'm kind of all over the place with my religious ideas. I'm a little bit of a mix of everything, to be honest. I think a lot of the major religions have aspects I really like. It doesn't really make sense. It's not a cohesive idea in my mind yet. But I'm playing around with them. But I've noticed I've never felt more despair than when I actually believed in total atheism, when I thought that was the actual truth, which I'm not sure I ever really did, but I was kind of convinced at a certain point. And that did not make me strong. That did not make me live for today and soak up the moment. It actually made me super depressed and just pursue the most immediate forms of pleasure. Because, why the hell not? I'm not like I'm going anywhere, man. Not like we're all connected. Not like there's a grand purpose. Not like there's a inherent nobility of the human spirit and the human soul. That was the darkest night of the soul for me, man. Was actually taking some of that new atheist shit to heart. And Honestly, agnostics I'm cool with, man. Like, they're like, I don't know what I believe. Totally cool with that. I get that. In fact, I'm kind of in that camp a little bit. I'm more of a heretic of every single religion, but I believe in small pieces of them. I'm trying to form it together into a coherent cosmology or mental and spiritual galaxy. But yeah, I just think that atheism is a luxury belief, and that while absolutely religion has been used to dominate people in the past, no question about that, atheism can be used for the same thing, and it's often pushed by people in a privileged or luxurious position where they find enough purpose in just the material and they don't need anything more. Typically because they're comfortable, have power, have prestige already, and that secular form of it is enough for them. Not for me though, man. It never was, and I don't think it'll ever be. That's it for me today.